Welcome back guys, as promised, today I will do an update on SENS stock or Senseonics holdings. My last video on SENS from a month ago will be in the description and on the end screen, so definitely check it out because I talked about a lot of important stuff there, which I'm not gonna repeat today because I'm gonna focus on what happened in the last month and what I'm currently doing with the stock, as well as some potential risks maybe and what to overall look forward to as investors in this stock. So I recommend you to stay till the end of the video because it will most likely be short since not a lot actually happened in the last month besides in the overall stock market, as well as crypto, which is going crazy lately, but that's not the topic today. So let's start by quickly recapping their earnings report. But just quickly before that, if you guys wanna get 2 free stocks with Webull, nah, I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna pitch like every other YouTuber. What I will ask is, can you guys please like this video because it means a lot to me and pushes this info to more people. So the earnings report. Here is what have stick to my eye, which I believe is important to mention. So first, the fact that out of their $2.8 million of revenue, over 2.5 million came from sales in Europe, led by Essentia, making clear to me how Senseonics is here to improve the product, CGM, which is what they do best, while Essentia is selling and distributing the product, bringing the revenue in, which is projected to be about 70% of total revenue at the end of this year. Essentia is such a great marketer they actually hired 25 new salespeople in March only that will focus on US sales and marketing. Meaning, once they get the FDA approval for eversense XL, the US sales and revenue could arise significantly, and this just shows us the importance of their partnership with Essentia and how good decision that was to partner with them, leaving them to have more time, money and energy to put into research and development for their CGM. Other than that, I think it's important to mention that they have got more coverage for their CGM, which is always a good thing, as well as giving us the new catalyst, which is this PROMISE study, an evaluation of safety and accuracy of the next generation 180-day long-term implantable eversense CGM system, which will be presented in June at Advanced Technologies and Treatments for Diabetes and American Diabetic Association conferences, and the manuscript submitted to major diabetes journal. This, in my opinion, can be very good and get them a lot more recognition and more customers once they see how good their product actually is, because it's a common human thing that people are afraid of change in the beginning and don't want to transfer to this new CGM because it's in our nature to stay at already known and proven in our little comfort zone. But once they see how it can bring them more ease and accuracy, it will make a lot more people start using it, which is why I believe this event will be big next month. And that were basically the most important highlights for me from these earnings, and before the conclusion, I want to show you what does one of the real customers think about Senseonics competition. So he said he has a first-hand experience using two CGMs, the Dexcom G6 and Libre Freestyle. He's 34 years old, type 1 diabetic and diagnosed 5 years ago. And he said that last night he was using both sensors to monitor which one he likes better, the Libre 2 that has just been released. So in short, after scanning Libre on reader, he received a low before bed. So he did a blood test, and knowingly the reader was over 150 mgdl. The device read 82, but it was really 240 according to the finger stick. He's glad he didn't correct without checking. Equally bad, the Dexcom G6 inexplicably stopped working 7 days in the middle of the night. It was beeping incessantly and unable to offer reading, while throughout the day he was receiving intermittent error messages such as wait 3 hours for device to reconnect. The sensor eventually failed. He received a message on the app that essentially read, please remove and insert new sensor, and it was his last one until he reordered. In the end, he removed both sensors well before their advertised expiration date. He said he's telling us this story because one of the things that impresses him the most with the latest SENS earnings call and the company in general is its commitment to accuracy and duration above all else. And in his opinion, that is where the competition in CGM market does have does not have a monopoly. He has been constantly let down by these 10 and 14 day sensors, which are often inaccurate, fall off, need to be changed, or do not work as advertised or marketed. While using these devices is life-changing and certainly better than nothing, if SENS can deliver a new product that is reliable and accurate and long-lasting, he is all in. So I don't know about you guys, but this post really left me feeling very bullish after reading it, because if this kind of talks spread to more CGM users and they start agreeing and sharing their opinions on their CGM, and mouth to mouth starts expanding, you know how that goes, it could really be huge. And all I'm waiting for is 180-day system approval, which is supposed to happen again in the third or fourth quarter of this year. Okay, now let's do a quick conclusion of everything, and I'm gonna tell you what I plan on doing with this stock. So my view on SENS, as a lot of you who are subscribed already know, is very bullish. I still believe the stock will reach $10 by the end of this year, but at this current point it's still speculative, and that's because we are still seeking FDA approval, which may not be approved or could get delayed. Out of those two, I don't think it will not be approved, but the delay may occur because of these pandemic times, which then leaves those with a long-term view, and I'm speaking like 2 to 5 years from now, having the best buying price. Because in my opinion, if you are in this stock for long term, anything below $2 mark is a bargain. I'm not saying the price will not rise before the FDA approval. I think actually that the FDA approval anticipation will drive it much higher than it is now, as well as when the market conditions stabilize and people start putting more money into stocks. I think we could see 570 high again, even before the FDA. But my opinion still stands the same. Everyone who's in it for long term, I believe it's a great buy. And how the price will perform in the next 2 months, it's hard to tell because of the market conditions, which are still bad. And that's why I sold most of my shares, as you know if you watch this video. So I'm personally waiting to see overall stock market stabilizing, and then I will place my money back into SENS, even if I miss out on some profits like that, but it's what I'm willing to take. That's it guys, we will see what goes next. I will keep monitoring and updating when anything important happens. We might also get a price boost after the event in June we talked about earlier. It will be interesting to see that as well. But that's it guys, thank you for watching, I hope you find it useful. If you did, please drop a like, I would appreciate it. And also comment your thoughts on SENS, or do you have someone who is diabetic that might has an experience with using eversense CGM you wanna share? Or maybe even you have used it? Please tell me in the comments, I would like to mention it in my next video update on SENS. If you want me to cover any particular stock, please tell me in the comments. And also check out my video on Alfie I made last week. It has a huge long-term potential. They recently had an IPO, and it's great for day trading and scalping because it has a small shares float. So check it out if you also like to day trade and scalp, which is what I'm mostly doing now at the time that market conditions aren't the best for holding, in my opinion. And yeah guys, I hope to see you in the next video. Thanks for watching till the end.